So when Cuomo comes back and tries to elevate this guy to saintly status, people have got to realize that he was not a saint. He didn't deserve to die in the street of Minneapolis, but he was no saint. Roll tape.
Mr. Floyd was compliant. Mr. Floyd wasn't even charged or accused of a violent crime.
Stop it, tape. This is all nonsense, right? It's all static. It means nothing. Of course he wasn't charged because he was being brought in. But if he was charged with passing counterfeit money, that could have been rather serious for him, given his lengthy criminal record. But Governor Cuomo, of course, is not going to point any of that out because it doesn't fit into his narrative. But when you step back and you look at what's going on in this country, this year alone, you've got to be honest about what is happening in our republic. And I'm sorry, I am here to tell you it is not good. Look at what has happened with the COVID-19. An absolute political response. The government response to COVID-19 at the state level, absolutely criminal to the people of this republic. The federal government had to go along with it. Donald Trump had to go along with some kind of response to COVID-19 because the groundswell between the media and the blue state governors was overwhelming. And the president did an incredible job. I think we're up to somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 million COVID-19 tests. But in the end, I said it from the very beginning, and I'll say it again now. The Wuhan coronavirus, the mortality rate is going to shake out to be nothing more than the seasonal flu. And this government response at the state level to the Wuhan coronavirus was politically motivated in order to crush the once wonderful United States economy, in order to harm the re-election chances of Donald Trump. We're 4 months away, folks. We're 4 months away from an election, and now this. Why would Cuomo, why would de Blasio, why would Eric Garcetti, why would Lightfoot, why would Pritzker, the same jokers that were using the Wuhan coronavirus as an excuse to crush their economies so they could hurt Donald Trump, these same governors and these same blue city mayors are doing the same thing with the, quote, peaceful protests when they know they are not peaceful. When they know that there are rioters and there are looters and there are arsonists embedded in these so-called peaceful protests. So look at what is happening in our country. How are they getting away with this? They're getting away with this because there are too many blue state governors and blue city mayors in charge of these large swaths of people in this country. It's part of the bureaucracy. In order to take back this country from a constitutional perspective, we have got to take back 4 pillars, which is part of the foundation of this republic. One is the government bureaucracy, and you're looking at one of the problems, and that's Cuomo, but also the federal bureaucracy. We know the inherent problems of how the federal bureaucracy has spun completely out of control, the swamp. You got to drain the swamp. It's not being drained. As much as Donald Trump wants to, it's not being drained. That's pillar number 1. Pillar number 2 is the media. The media must be taken back. We're trying to do that right here, right now, real time on this program and this network, but we need more of it. If we don't take back the media and root it to the First Amendment, the United States Constitution, we're in trouble. Another pillar of the 4 pillars that must be taken back is the courts. The courts have been overrun by these leftists. So when people in the state of California challenge their radical governor about violating the First Amendment because he shut down churches, they bring it before a radical judge, and what happens? The judge says, fine. Even a not-so-radical judge on the United States Supreme Court said, fine. The governor can shut down the First Amendment. The 4th pillar that we've got to take back in this country is education. Education is crucial. We would not be seeing the rioting in the streets if we educated our people about the United States Constitution and about morality that is tied to and part of the very foundation, the Judeo-Christian ethic as part of the foundation.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.